You're watching live from Simulation Football League is upon us, and we have a good one for you folks. Is the Charleston Predators and the Los Angeles Lycans. I'm your play-by-play commentator Ramos Lane. Alongside me in the booth is none other than Mr. Alex West. In the stat truck we have Gerald Smith, and Mike Dax. Our producer as always is Mr. Cameron Irvine. And Alex, first game that we called together, buddy. How are you today? What are your keys for the matchup?
Ramos, I'm feeling great, and it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks so much for being my partner. I would say that today we are looking for who really wants it more. Someone's O has got to go, and in this case, that's the O in the win column. Now, you don't want to turn your dial anywhere because this is a close matchup. Both teams are coming in at about the same level, relatively speaking. It's not always some great bright spots that I can highlight here, but I can definitely say that Los Angeles is going to be looking to Logan Jack to power through, try and make some big plays for them in the run game. And Charleston is looking to John Lakeman to find his footing. He's having a rough start to the season with 2 touchdowns to 9 interceptions.
Yep, and you may think, man, both teams are 0-4. What do you think? What do you mean? You know, we have a good one. Well, as the great Mike Wilson will say, the O has got to go as we see the kickoff, and Charleston will start on offense first. 0-4 for both teams, but you know, again, we have a couple teams with really good talent. They have been unable to close out games. Charleston and Los Angeles. Charleston doing the very long trip from South Carolina all the way to the East Coast to face the Lycans. And we see a 3-man wide receiver set on the very first play. Man in motion. And man-to-man coverage showing here for the Lycans. On the first play is Lakeman, and he will toss it middle, and the pass is going to be caught for a 4-yard gain.
That's a good start to get him in rhythm. They want him to get back to his offense of the rookie ways, back to his all-star ways.
2nd down and 6 yards to go from the split backs formation at 22 personnel, and they will hand the ball off for the first time tonight, and a good carry up the middle for big yardage on the play and a 1st down, Charleston.
That's Brennan Stahl there on the carry. Great break tackle there, up the gut, makes one man just shrug it off. Safety has to come over to stop that. Just a strong run. Great tempo setter.
1st down and 10 yards to go. 3rd play of the drive upcoming from the near formation, twin receiver set, bottom of your screen, and there's going to be a toss to the outside. Nick Hoagland, the fullback turned halfback with the toss for a gain of about 5. Let's introduce you to the Charleston offense. John Lakeman is the 3rd-year quarterback. Saren Storm and Nick Hoagland are the halfbacks. The fullbacks are Terrell Sutherland and Brad Taylor Wright. The wide receivers, Jonas Adobe, Ian Francis, Brennington James, Davius Reed, and Benjamin Warner. Tight ends are Leon Sandcastle and Xavier Solomon. We're going to introduce you to the rest here after this play, as we have Terrell Sutherland here in motion, a 6'4 fullback. And it's going to be another handoff to Saren Storm, and he gashes the middle of the Los Angeles defense for another 1st down. The offensive line, we see a full set with the Brickashaw Molina, Perrin Ibarra, Leroy James, Finley James, and Saint Nebuchadnezzar, as we see a 1st down and 10 almost from the mid-field stripe. A very quick drive here for the Predators, as they're going to hand the ball off again, and this time no gain, as Jonas Adobe was set up as the halfback, and a 2nd down and long coming up.
Finally getting a stop there. Saren had 2 carries for 20 yards prior to that. They finally were able to stop him cold at the line of scrimmage.
From the strong eye formation, 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Another handoff. This is going to be Adobe again, and Adobe this time has about 7 yards on the play. The stop is made by number 22, Ryan Joseph. Let's introduce you to the rest of this Los Angeles defense. Brogan Spiraw and Ace Blackwell are the defensive ends. The defensive tackles are Selwyn Lane, Nick Brummer, and Gary Marks. The linebackers are Tassie Blackwell, Greg Ward and Rochelle Colston. We'll get to the secondary after this play as Lakeman prepares to throw. The pass is over the middle, and the pass is caught, and breaking a tackle is the receiver past the 20 to the 18-yard line. To introduce you to the rest of the secondary, Devontae Moore, Mike Scott, and T.D. Jack are the corners. The safeties are Monte Wyatt, Eaton Moss, and Ryan Joseph. But this is a big play right here, Alex.
Absolutely. He zips that window. He sees the window closing. He zips that ball in there. And that's extra effort by the receiver to come down with the catch, know the hit is coming, shrug it off, and go for extra yards. This is a great start for Charleston.
From the red zone at the 18-yard line, another near formation. Let's see if they toss it again. And they do, and they go outside. Nick Hoagland with another healthy gain of about 4 yards. Stop made finally by Joseph, the strong safety. Joseph has been pretty active. And I think actually that was Tassie Blackwell on the stop. Second down and 6. Split backs formation this time. Another twin wide receiver set. They've liked this package all drive long as Saren Storm will get the handoff. And Saren Storm this time only goes for about a gain of about 1.5.
They're still happy with how this drive has gone so far. They're in the red zone. Just need to avoid a turnover here so that they can put some points on the board.
Los Angeles wearing their alternates. Yellow helmets, yellow jerseys, and blue pants. Trying to make a stop here on third down. It's going to be a handoff, and Saren Storm will roll over a defender and pick up a first down.
And that's going to set up first and goal. Let's see if they can punch it in. I don't know if it's going to be easier for them to just try and run the ball here and just try to punch it through, or if they're going to try and get Lakeman involved. He has thrown more than a few interceptions this season so far.
One of the best drives of Charleston so far this season. Here to start this game up. Almost half the quarter has gone by as we see a man in motion. That's Terrell Sutherland. And another handoff goes to Hoagland, and Hoagland breaks a tackle and dives in for a touchdown.
Charleston advancing at will, marching down the field. This, if they are able to keep this up, could be something that results in a very high-scoring game. LA did not offer much resistance, if any, on that drive, with only one real solid defensive stop on that drive, maybe two, if you give them the 1.5-yard stop in the goal in the red zone.
The 2-year point over-under for this game is 45.5. Los Angeles favored by 3.5. Remember, home field advantage normally nets you about 3 points, so we're looking at a very close call as Charleston puts the first points on the board. Is 7-0. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved, as this kick will go deep into the end zone, and a fair, well, not a fair catch, but a kneel down is taken by the Los Angeles Lycans. And let's introduce you quickly to the LA Lycans offense. Sully Richardson is the quarterback, 10th year in the SFL. Halfbacks are Brandon Brenestall and Logan Jack. The fullback is Jalen Wells. Wide receivers Bubba T, Derricus Iniguez, Elsie Pryor, and Chris Lee. We'll introduce you to the rest of the offense here after this snap. 3 wide receiver set. A Sully Richardson will roll out to the left. Passes to the right, and the pass is almost picked off. The rest of the offense is Tommy Ram and Jack Flash, offensive linemen of note. Oren Wiles, Buv Wetoska, and Kristen Swifty. But again, Alex, I mean, it looks like Los Angeles now on both sides of the football looking pretty shaky so far.
Sully playing with fire there, but only the first play of the drive. Let's see what they do.
From the offset single back, 3 wide receiver set. That's Logan Jack in the field. Sully Richardson will throw. Richardson to throw deep, and the pass is incomplete. A great stick by the Charleston defense will bring up a 3rd and long. To introduce you to the Charleston defense, Anthony Robertson and Dan Dash are the defensive ends. Anthony Ellison and Forrest Dalton are the defensive tackles. Jack Brown, Mo John Tana, Gino McFly, and Khalil Thomas are the linebackers. In the secondary, Mark Martin, Adam Knoll, Corey Menor, Matt Ryan, Sam Blotner, Jacob Clear, and John Stemengo, the number 28 strong safety, 7 seasons in the Simulation Football League. Play action, Solly Richardson passes deep, and another great defensive play by Charleston deep will bring up a quick 3 and out.
Some extremely aggressive play calling by LA out the gate, and I don't know if I agree with it entirely. You saw how Charleston took the opposite approach. They decided to start with the run game, do a short pass to get things involved. They were able to let things develop. Quick 3 and out.
Los Angeles defense, who was on the field for about 4.5 minutes, will go right back onto the field with great field position for Charleston at the 46-yard line. And it was a combination, Alex, of runs and passes that Charleston had, made all the difference.
Absolutely. And you just look at the early stat returns. You see that John Lakeman's 2 for 2. He's got plenty of yards already. And meanwhile, on the other side, 0 for 3 to start the game is Charlie Richardson.
8 men in the box here for Los Angeles. Man in motion for Charleston. That's going to be Benjamin Warner. Second year here with Charleston. Split backs formation as John Lakeman will hand the ball off the middle to Saren Storm for only a couple.
Finally, a good result on that first down. They did have an instance in the last drive where they managed one play at the line of scrimmage. They need to do this again. Charleston had already gotten into some rhythm on that drive.
Twin wide receiver set as well as twin tight end set in this play. Handoff goes to Nick Hoagland and nothing doing there. Great stop by the Los Angeles defense as Tassie Blackwell makes another stop, 3rd down and long.
Big moment for John Lakeman. This is 3rd and long. No way you can run it. You've got to pass 4 wide. Let's see if he can just keep making completions.
Bunch set here for Charleston as Lakeman will throw under pressure, pump fakes, and now runs, and John Lakeman has a 1st down.
I say they weren't going to run it, but John says, I'll show you. Watch this. Look at me with some egg on my face. Wow. Pump fake, decisive decision to scramble. Gets a 1st down, and then a little bit more. I might have slid there, but he wants that 1st down.
1st down, 10 yards to go. 4-4 defense here for Los Angeles. Trying to commit to stopping the run now here in the second part of the first quarter. But John Lakeman will pass, and he goes down on a sack as Monte Wyatt from the free safety position gets him down.
LA getting more aggressive here with their defensive play calling, and it pays off there. Now it's 2nd and a mile. Well, maybe not a mile, but that's a long way to go. It's their longest down they've had to look at so far. See what they do about it.
Yes, sir. 2nd down, 15 yards to go. Single back formation, 3 wide receivers and a tight end. As Lakeman will throw again. Lakeman passes short, and the pass is caught in the yards after the catch by the wide receiver. Is good for about 13 on the play and a 3rd and manageable upcoming. 3rd and short.
Now watch this here. He drops back. He feels the pressure coming from the outside, so he dumps it off. The play calling is such that the defense is very soft in the middle, and the receiver is able to just catch the ball in stride, turn upfield, and get a whole lot of yards. Now this is a much more manageable 3rd down.
On the outskirts of field goal range, this will be a big stop for Los Angeles if they can get him. Again, 8 players in the box, and the free safety is also near as they will hand the ball off, and that had no chance. No chance on that one as Greg Ward and Tassie Blackwell combine for the tackle for loss, and Charleston will have to bring on the punting unit.
Big adjustment by LA on this drive. An absolutely critical decision there. They figured out that split back formation was killing them, and they worked out a solution.
This punt looks like a good one. Will bounce at the 8-yard line and go out of bounds at the 4.
Ooh.
So Los Angeles will be stuck with pretty bad field position. With 2:44 left here in the first quarter, we have Charleston 7, Los Angeles nothing. What do you think Los Angeles has to do here to put points on the drive?
Well, first of all, despite the fact that you're back this far up into your own end zone, you've got to be able to run the ball.
Really no attempt to run the football so far, and Logan Jack will get his first handoff for a gain of 5. So solid start to that drive, getting ahead of the sticks.
That's a great first play. You have you go 0 for 3 on your last drive. You see no positive yardage. Just run the football. See what you get.
Now Brandon Brenstall will be lined up as a halfback on this power formation. 9 players closed on defense to the line of scrimmage, and it doesn't matter as Brenstall gets about 6 and the first Los Angeles first down of the game.
Yep, saw him do that in the SFL M2. The rookie comes up big with a rumbling run there, moves the chains. LA has their first down. Will they score points on this drive?
We'll see. They're at the 16-yard line, but this drive already netting 12 yards, and we see Logan Jack now on the handoff, a gain of about 2 on the play. Bring up a second down and 8 yards to go as Coach Richardson looks from the sideline.
Got to be happy with how they've been able to just at least get the ball out of their own end zone territory. That was a coffin corner punt.
Brenstall again in the backfield. Another handoff goes to the halfback, and nothing doing on that play. Just getting back to the line of scrimmage as John Stamango makes the tackle. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. This Charleston defense with many defensive backs, 7 of them, trying to make a stop here on 3rd and 6. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. 3-3 defense. 3-2 defense here for the Predators. From the bunch set, play action, Richardson, roll out. Richardson with time. The pass to the middle is incomplete. Double covered was the wide receiver, and another 4th down situation for the home team.
Not only is that throwing in a double coverage there, I feel like he put a little bit too much mustard on that one. And strangely, I feel like not only do you overthrow, that was dangerous. The defenders looked to be behind him instead of in front of him on that one. Maybe could have put a little less on that one. Keep it zippy, but just a little lower.
The punt goes away. And this is a very good punt from the 37-yard line. Here comes the return from the Predators, breaking a tackle into the 44-yard line. So, again, Alex, another good field position here for Charleston as they're winning this position battle.
They absolutely are. Even when they failed to convert their last drive to points, they still were able to pin LA deep in their own territory. And this punt coming out there with a quick defensive stop, they didn't get it right away, but they got it whenever LA still hadn't advanced the ball past the halfway marker. Now they're working with excellent field position, almost at the logo.
From the far formation this time, Charleston with 2 wide receivers hand the ball off to Nick Hoagland, and Hoagland again gets bottled up, only a 2-yard pickup. This Los Angeles defense playing much better than what they did on the first drive.
That first drive was a question of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They were killing them with power with that split back. Now LA's adjusted. It's time for Charleston to adjust back. Show us some more weapons that you have.
Offset single back formation. Lakeman to throw. Lakeman against the blitz. Gets it off, and the pass is caught running to the 30 and all the way to the 29 is going to be the fullback on that play. Leon Sandcastle for a first down.
John Lakeman still perfect on his passes so far today. With an absolutely critical toss over the middle. Solomon gets his hands up there, snags that ball out of the air, brings it into his chest, and turns upfield and rumbles for extras. Now they've got easy field goals to make for sure. And as long as they are able to keep the ball, they're making this a 2-score game.
And check that, that's Xavier Solomon, first year here with Charleston, formerly of the other Carolina team, the Carolina Skyhawks. And this is the end of the first quarter. Charleston 7, Los Angeles nothing. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by 8 p.m. Music right here on YouTube. We have Mr. Mike Daggs and Mr. Gerald Smith in the stats truck. I know Mr. Mike Daggs is going bananas to that, throw it to the tight end play. Longest play, biggest play of the game by either offense so far. And from the 29, Charleston will hand the ball off, and Charleston has some yardage off the right side. Another gain of 4 yards here to Brad Taylor Wright, his first carry of the game.
And that's an interesting moment to get the fullback in there, keep him off balance, keep him guessing what exactly kind of run that you're going to be looking at on play after play.
Split backs formation, a 22 personnel and 4-4 defense for Los Angeles. Old football showing here as another handoff will go up the middle, and not much there for Siren Storm. He won on the play as Holston makes a stop.
Defense read that one. You can only run it up the gut so many times in a row before they're going to clue in on it, even if you're having it. One's going to go to the halfback. This one's going to go to the fullback. Well, they had the halfback running out to the left on the toss there. Maybe they should have flipped it.
Lakeman to throw. Lakeman pressure and gets away, and the pass is incomplete, knocked down by the defensive lineman. And a 4th down and 5 upcoming, and Los Angeles will get half a stop and force a field goal.
I'm not faulting John for that incompletion. That's not his fault. Nick Brummer does an excellent job of getting his hand up there, batting that one down. That one would have been a first down if Nick doesn't get his hand up there and paws that one out of the sky.
Brad Bretchett, who won a couple of championships with Florida back in the day, will attempt a field goal, and this kick is up and good. Charleston 10, Los Angeles nothing. At the start of the second quarter. Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Bretcher will kick it away. And Los Angeles is back deep to return it, and looks like no return again on that one, as this ball will go to the 20. I mean, Alex, we've seen a Los Angeles offense only with 14 yards of total offense. But, I mean, a 10-point deficit is not unsurmountable by any means.
It's not unsurmountable. It only feels that way at the moment because we haven't seen LA really move the ball down the field. They've got to get in rhythm.
3 wide receiver set, handoff goes to Logan Jack, and nothing doing there as John Stamengo closes in for the tackle. Only a 1-yard gain on the play.
Absolutely swallowed up there, and that is an instance where, you know, it's not that easy, you would think, to tackle the one and only Logan Jack. He's 5'11", but he's 225. Made that one look easy.
2nd down and 9. Richardson rolls out. Richardson middle. The pass is picked off. Intercepted. He never saw him as the Charleston Predators continue having a sensational defensive performance.
No, and I feel really bad for the quarterback on that one. This one is just Adam Knoll reads it. It's a bit of a scrum there with the routes all breaking. You almost think it's kind of a timing route that Richardson's trying to throw it there, and he takes it. He just tries to throw it on time, but he's not taking he doesn't have the time to read it.
I formation, 3 wide receiver set for John Lakeman as he will hand the ball off to Odobian. He gets popped after a gain of about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 upcoming.
I think that's interesting that that Charleston's willing to play Honest Adobe out of position like that and have him take some snaps at halfback.
Split backs formation, another 3 wide out set. And men in motion. It's going to be Davius Reed, the 13-year veteran, from right to left. Hand off again, and another good gain on the play by Siren Storm, who bolts for a gain of 5.
That's a great run play there. They really want to reestablish their run game after having struggled to get lots of positive gains on the past couple of drives like they did on their first one out. That's a sign of life.
Handoff on the play and missing a tackle, but then coming back and making the tackle is number 54, Greg Ward, the outside linebacker. And another half a stop. Good defensive play by Los Angeles on 3rd down. We'll keep this a 2-possession game.
Big job standing by the defense, standing up the offensive component their offensive lineman counterparts and blocking all the run lanes, so there was just nowhere to go.
Kick by Brad Bretchet is up and good. 13-0. The score here for the Predators. This Charleston Predators team, again, just like Los Angeles, at 0-4. But Alex, 3 of their 4 losses just by 4 points or less. They lost by Florida, who is undefeated, just by 3 points, the defending champs. And they lost by Jacksonville also by 3 points. Jacksonville at 3-2. And then we have the Motor City V8s. They lost 17-13, but all those games pretty close and competitive, as we see a great return here for Los Angeles to the 37-yard line. Probably that lifts, gives a spark to this offense.
That's the first kick return we've seen come out of the end zone, and it gets taken way down the field. That's excellent starting field position, the best that LA's had to start any drive so far. Let's see if they can get into the opposing side of the field and try and get into the red zone.
The opposite side, Los Angeles also had an 0-4 record. The first game was very close, losing by 1 point against Seattle, 24-23, but the last 3 losses have come by at least 2 touchdowns, even though those are 3 really good football teams: Arizona, Atlanta, and Minnesota. Man in motion, again for Los Angeles from right to left. It's going to be David Givens, the wide receiver. Richardson will throw. Richardson middle. The pass is incomplete, and I think that was just the wide receiver getting lost on the play. It looked like a pretty good throw by Richardson on that one.
Hard to pinpoint exactly what happened there. A little bit of miscommunication between the quarterback and wide receiver is all it takes for one of those deep balls like that to be off target just by a couple of feet, and that's all it takes.
Bunch set against this dime defense on 2nd down and 10. Richardson will roll out to the left. Richardson gets pressure, gets away of the sack, and the pass is caught for a 1st down and more. To the 32-yard line goes the receiver. That is number 88, Chris Lee. And the best play of the Los Angeles offense so far here in this game.
That's absolutely the case. Sully Richardson taking a big sigh of relief as he gets his first completion of the game, and it goes for 31 yards. He just uncorks one after shrugging off a hit there. I thought that was going to be a sack for sure, but he keeps his cool, shrugs off the defender, and nails a dart to the receiver.
First completion for Sully Richardson in the game, now 1 of 7 for 31 yards and a pick. 1st down and 10. Handoff goes to the outside. Breaking a tackle is Jalen Wells for a gain of 2.
And I'm just still thinking back to that pass there, and that's a situation where the defense did almost everything right. They had the coverage down the field. They had the quarterback contained. Sully was just able to shrug it off.
Richardson now runs into a sack on the rollout. That had no chance, as Dash makes the tackle for loss on a sack. And now Los Angeles is in some trouble.
Nothing doing that time. It's kind of the exact opposite, and really what I expected a few plays ago, if I'm honest. Dash comes off the edge there and absolutely flattens Sully to make it a 3rd and long.
From the 36-yard line now, Los Angeles on 3rd and 13. Stamango showing a blitz, and he backs off. Sully Richardson with time. Richardson over the middle. The pass is caught by Logan Lee for another 1st down, Los Angeles.
And that's 2 first downs in the same drive. LA stringing things together and is really threatening to score. And that's that's absolutely what I'm hoping for. I want a competitive game on our hands. Let's make this a 1-score ball game.
And that's one of the great things about, the game of football. It's a 13-point game. Charleston has been dominating pretty much the whole first half, and if Los Angeles is able to put this ball in the end zone, now all of a sudden we have a very competitive 1-score game. 5:15 left here in the 2nd quarter. From the eye, Richardson hands the ball off. Richardson with the handoff to the fullback again, Jalen Wells. Second run of the drive for Jalen Wells. This one for 5. Second down and 5 yards to go. 22 personnel again for Los Angeles. As Solid Richardson will throw. Richardson has actually an incompletion. I thought for a second that was caught, but Martin makes the big time to pass deflection.
Critical stop there. Maybe I'm leaning on that a little too much when I say that, but really that becomes a first down that puts them inside the 10-yard line. That makes it a 1st and goal. Instead, this is still a situation where they are keeping them out of touchdown threat immediately.
Empty set this time for Richardson as he will throw. Richardson all day. Richardson middle, the pass incomplete. Actually, he went to the outside and completely missed on his tight end, Jack Flash. 4th and 5.
That one's just off target, a little bit heartbreaking, to be honest. If he makes that throw right there, Sully's able to see his tight end get to the first, no question about it, because Jack Flash looked like he was all alone there.
From 29 yards out, Los Angeles set up to make a field goal, and this one is up and good to make it 13-3 as Ashton Black puts it between the uprights. And, I mean, finally some points for Los Angeles.
Finally, but at the same time, it feels like they let him off the hook there. It feels like this is one of those moments where they really could have tried to go for the hamstring and try and make this much closer, but instead we are still looking at 10 points separating the teams. That's 2 scores, and there's just no way around it. Seven's more than 3.
Absolutely. This kickoff will go into the end zone, but being returned by Charleston past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Not a bad return right here by Francis. Is from the 26-yard line, Charleston will have another chance on offense. And John Lakeman has looked pretty good so far in this ball game. 4 of 5, 72 yards, no touchdowns, but also no picks, which has been something that has really prevented Charleston to have a better record than what they have during the season. Receiving, we see a couple of receptions for Benjamin Warner and a couple for Xavier Solomon. Nothing for either of the big receivers, Davius Reed, Honus Adobe, even though he's had a couple of carries. This is going to be a carry to Honus Adobe actually for a loss. Well, actually they're going to give him forward progress for about maybe half a yard.
Bit of a friendly spot there, if you ask me, but, well, that's why we're up here in the booth. They didn't ask me, but it's interesting to see how John's been able to find windows to put the ball in and get passes, completions, and that's really what it comes down to.
From the twin tight end set, this pass by Lakeman is incomplete. Great coverage on the play, one-on-one. Mike Scott gets the pass deflection over Benjamin Warner, and a 3rd and long upcoming here for Charleston.
A bang play. Benjamin Warner's a big target over there, so you've got to get physical whenever you try to stop him, or else you've got to purely play the ball. No option there to play the ball, so you've just got to hit him and hope you don't get flagged.
3rd down and 9. From the bunch set, Lakeman to throw. Lakeman middle, and the pass is incomplete, almost picked off by the corner, Devontae Moore. And a 4th and 9 upcoming here for Charleston, and a quick 3 and out. And Alex, Los Angeles will have a little bit under 4 minutes to try to put some points before the half.
Is that their first 3 and out this game? I feel like it is. That's a great showing from LA.
The punt goes away here for Charleston. This is a beauty to the 31-yard line, and on the return, past the 35, watch out, past the 40, breaking another tackle, and to the 45-yard line. A brilliant return right here by Los Angeles. That's number 19, Dericus Iniguez.
That one's a beauty of a punt. You think it's all over, but Darius says, no, it's not. Watch this. Shrugs off one, shrugs off another, and it's not until he's gotten basically all of his momentum bled out from him that someone's finally able to lay a hit on him in the open field and bring him down. LA starting again from the logo, and they've got a great chance to try and make this a 1-score game before the half.
The middle of the field pretty open. 3 defensive linemen here for Charleston only. As Bubba Tree goes in motion. Richardson with an empty set. He will throw. The blitz is coming. Richardson goes deep and the pass is caught. It is caught by LZ Pryor for a first down.
An absolutely beautiful ball that goes in the air. That one is thrown up where only LZ can get it. He goes up for it, knows the hit is coming, doesn't care, grabs it with both hands, brings it into his chest, and just waits for it to come, and just controls the ball all the way to the ground.
Solid Richardson, who started the game 0 for 6, now with 3 of 11, completing 3 of the last 5, as he will throw again, and this one will go to the turf as he tries to connect with LZ Pryor again. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
I don't know if you can really fault either player from that. Or either player on the offensive side of the ball for that. That just looks like great defense, an absolute monster of a hit laid out at the right time. Refs allowing them to play out there today.
2nd down, 10 yards to go from the bunch set. Richardson will throw. Richardson middle, and the pass is incomplete, trying to get it with one hand. That was Chris Lee. And another incompletion here for the offense. I think he made it too hard for himself. You know, he could have put both hands up.
Yeah, and this is one of those moments where now it's 3rd and long. You're not really in field goal range. You got to get some positive yardage to at least have the chance of that. You really don't want to just punt it away when you had such great field position to start this drive.
From the bunch set, play action. Richardson goes middle, and another incompletion that looked pretty off from the very start. 4th and 10, and they will actually have to put the punt unit back on the field. A big stop for the Predator defense.
Absolutely. Great 3rd down scheming there, both from a defensive line standpoint. I saw people coming off both edges to pressure Sully Richardson there, and they obviously had coverage over the middle where that ball ended up going. Corey Menner with the stop there, I think.
Punt goes to the 15-yard line, and the return gets him to the 20 as Francis gets another return on that one. So 3 minutes, 3 seconds left here in the first half. Charleston with a solid run game so far, trying to get points before halftime. As we take a look at 3rd down efficiency, Charleston 3 of 7, Los Angeles only 1 of 5 so far in this game. Offset single back formation as Nick Hoagland is in the 3-point stance. He gets the ball and goes absolutely nowhere. Maybe actually a loss of about half a yard as Rochelle Colston makes the stop.
Absolutely swallowed up at the line of scrimmage there. I would hope to see him maybe working a little bit of play action here, try and keep the defense guessing on exactly what you're going to be doing whenever you line up in split backs, but they have made it pretty easy for him so far.
Split backs formation, another handoff, and again going nowhere is the halfback Saren Storm. Another loss of half a yard, and now it's 3rd and 11.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, he says. Well, now you're looking at 10 attempts that for Saren Storm with 34 yards, whenever it was starting off with, 2 attempts for 20 yards.
Bunch set, top of your screen. John Lakeman will throw. Lakeman passes middle and wide open. I don't know how the receiver was left that open on that play. Just a completely busted coverage as Ian Francis makes them pay.
Ian Francis is right there in the seam. It looks like what was going on with the defense there is maybe they were going with some type of zone scheme, and they didn't have anyone deep over the middle in the safety slot trying to play that particular spot as the ball was snapped. So Ian just had positioning and had a couple of steps or two free from the line, and John saw the opening, saw the soft spot, threw it with no hesitation. Ian's able to get a whole bunch of yards on that one, 20.
Strong eye formation for Charleston. Another handoff goes to Odobi, and nothing doing there again on the stop is the linebacker for the LA Lycans, number 56, Rochelle Colston. And now the running game is really doing nothing for Charleston. It's been the passing game netting the biggest plays.
They keep running it on first down. It's kind of predictable. They're going to be in split backs. It's probably run up the middle.
Yeah, it is, and Adobe will get 4 that time. Devontae Moore with another stop. And a 3rd and 6 here upcoming for the Predators. Obviously, you have to think they're pretty content with a 10-point lead, but trying to get some points before the half anyway.
Feels like they're taking their foot off the gas. I don't like it.
3rd down and 6. Richardson under center. Richardson will throw, and Richardson will go down. Actually, excuse me, I was calling the John Lakeman will go down as Los Angeles gets the sack. Finally, some pressure on the quarterback, and a 4th down upcoming. And to your point, they're leaving the foot off the gas. It looks like Los Angeles has adjusted really well to what Charleston is doing. I mean, ever since the first drive of the game, which they got dragged, Charleston's offense hasn't been that productive, and only 6 points on the board ever since that first drive of the game.
Charleston's looked a little predictable out there. They've been showing what they're doing. If it's a strong running formation, the ball's probably running. If they've only got one back in the backfield, it's probably going to be a pass.
And a good return right here again for Los Angeles. That's been one of the bright spots of the game. Iniguez again with the return to the 29. And, still some time, Alex, for them to put a stamp here on the end of the first half, especially since they don't have, that bad of a field position from the 29 seconds left here in the second quarter. All 3 timeouts as well.
There's still plenty of room for them to try and take some shots down the field here. They've got the opportunity to. I don't think they have to worry about going to the sideline right away. They just need to get the ball on the other side of the field and then take it from there.
His handoff will go to Logan Lee, and for the second time in the game, John Stamengo makes the stop one-on-one on the outside. And that's really going to be maybe the last play of here of the first half. Let's see if Los Angeles runs another play.
I think they'll probably just let the play clock go out here. They weren't taking a shot down the field earlier. I think they're just gonna. Well, I'm wrong.
Well, Solly Richardson will throw. The pass is caught, and with 2 seconds left, they will not call a timeout. That's Jack Flash. And the first half will come to a close with the score: Charleston 13, Los Angeles 3. One of the better passes of the first half for Solly Richardson, actually, on that last play.
This is a really good play call there. It's a good route. I kind of feel bad for him only seeing that chance to make that play and throw that ball there, but maybe they're just trying to help get him and keep him warm, keep the arm warm, trying to make him not feel focused too much on the fact that he's missed a lot of throws today. He's missed 11 throws today. He's only completed 4. He's thrown 1 interception. Sully's struggling today. He's got to get on target if LA wants to come back in the second half here. There's just no way around it. When you're down by this much, you've got to throw the ball, but Sully hasn't been connecting with his receivers.
Yeah, it's been the opposite from John Lakeman. He has been connecting with his receivers for the most part of the game. And Solly Richardson did play better after the first couple of drives. As Wyatt is named the player of the half. Not commonly we see a player of the half from the team that is trailing, but with a big sack, he gets the halftime player honors. I'll personally give it to John Lakeman so far. He's been on point for the most part. He hasn't had a lot of pass attempts, but the ones that he has had, he's made him count with close to 100 yards passing, a QBR over 100 points, and has involved their tight end and a couple of his wide receivers. But Los Angeles would get the ball first here on the third quarter. And a good return already, past the 25, past the 30, and watch out, to the 31-yard line he goes.
Something
Los
to be
Angeles.
said for LA's special teams here. At the very least, they have been determined to keep LA at least as in the game as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have given the offense opportunities. With now the ball with the ball at the 31-yard line, we saw a couple of good punt returns as well. It is time for the offense to capitalize off of those plays, and they will try it this time with a 3 wide receiver set. Another handoff goes to the outside, and again tackled by John Stamengo. This time for a 7-yard pickup goes Logan Jack.
Exactly what you want on your first play of the half. Sets a new tone. The coaching staff is already trying to give the whole squad a mental reset after a killer first half. So for this to be the first thing, has to feel good.
2nd down and 3. Another handoff goes over the middle, and getting popped is Jalen Wells as Jack Brown makes the stop. Jack Brown has been pretty quiet so far in this game. Just 2nd tackle of the game for him. 3rd and short.
Very convertible. LA really wants to convert this one for a multitude of reasons. They don't want to have a drive stall out this early on into the second half.
I formation, men in motion is Jalen Wells. 9 players in the box for Charleston as they go to the outside, and Jack has a first down. Couple yard pickup, good enough for a first, and Los Angeles moves the chains.
That feels great for them. It's not something where you necessarily want to be having such short yardage plays all the time, but if you just need a yard to move the chains, it feels good to get that yard no matter how ugly it is.
Offset single back formation. Toss play goes to the outside, and again, the secondary of Charleston really good job on the outside making the stop. It's a 1-yard loss, and a 2nd and 11 upcoming. Adam Knoll with 2 tackles and a pick. 2nd down, 11 yards to go. 5 wideouts for Richardson. And in motion, that's L.C. Pryor going from right to left as John Stamengo follows. To throw, Richardson has the middle of the field open, decides to throw over the middle, and the pass is caught by Pryor for a gain of 5.
First completion of the second half, and like I was saying, mental reset. That last half didn't happen. Now you got 1 completion for 1 pass attempt in this second going, and now your next one is just a little bit further down the field. Instead of 4 yards, you're looking at maybe 5-7 yards.
On 3rd and 6, play action. The pass caught by Pryor, but she will be shy of the first down. And actually, I think that was Chris Lee with the catch. It was shy of the first down, and on 4th and 1 from midfield, I'm pretty sure Los Angeles will punt. So the punting unit is on the field for LA, trying to pin the Charleston Predators offense deep. And from the 13-yard line, no return pretty much on the play, just to the 14. And that's where the Charleston offense will start.
A little bit of a dangerous decision to just try and take that one any distance. I know Ian Francis is probably feeling a little bit froggy, seeing as how he's watched Darius Iniguez with that 34-yard return earlier, but you don't want to fumble that ball that close to your own end zone.
First down, 10 yards to go. As this handoff will go to Adobe, and he breaks a tackle for a gain of 3. Stay tuned for SFL announcements on enhancements and new features coming to the progression system, plus the location and details on the 2024 convention. The SFL is committed to improving the league and its convention each season, and the next level of play off the field, in the pool, and on the portal is coming soon. 2nd and 7, handoff goes to Hoagland, and he gets nothing. Actually, they will give him about a yard and a half for a minimal gain. 3rd down and 5 upcoming.
You know, credit to the Charleston running backs for knowing that, or I guess the rotation of people that have been in that running back position, for knowing a hard hit's coming and just keep going between those tackles again and again.
3 wide receivers for Lakeman as he will throw middle, the pass incomplete. Tassie Blackwell makes the pass deflection, and a quick 3 and out for the Predator offense.
That looked like one heck of a hit there, just absolutely laying the wood on Xavier Solomon there, who didn't look like he really had much of a chance to catch the ball there with how good the coverage was there by LA.
On 4th and 5, now Los Angeles with an opportunity to have really good field position. Even though this punt is a really good one to the 33-yard line, the return will go just to the 40. Let's send it to SFL HQ for a game break update from Cameron Irvine. Cam, what you got for us?
Thanks, Ramos. The Minnesota legend got off to a slow start today, but it picked it up as of late. That's Johnny Reno to Jason France. Viva la France. Minnesota takes a 24-7 lead into the half. Carolina did score coming out of the locker room. Legend lead 24-14. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. The Minnesota legend really putting the stamp on that game, now winning by 3 scores, and this pass is incomplete. John Stamengo with a chance of making a pick 6, but it falls harmlessly to the turf. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Gets away with that one. He practically threw that one right at John Stamengo. That one bounces off his shoulder pads. If he turned his head, he could have made a play on it, you'd think.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if he just turns around, finds the football, that's a pick 6 all the way. Los Angeles really getting lucky on that one. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Richardson will throw. Richardson with all day to throw. Pats the ball. The pass deep. Incomplete, double coverage on the play. Shout out to the Charleston secondary. They held up for like 6 seconds, and it's a 3rd and long.
It's an incredible battle of the position groups that I didn't suspect here. It's really the offensive lines doing a lot of work trying to buy their quarterbacks on both sides of the ball as much time as they can to work. But Charleston's secondary is up to the task.
They definitely are. 3rd down and 10. Play action. Richardson passes deep, and the pass is incomplete. Another big stick on that one. Sam Blotner makes the big-time hit. 4th and 10.
Big-time physical secondary, and you see it pay off here. You see how they flow to the ball, but they're not necessarily trying to make a play on the ball in the air if it's right by a receiver. They're making a play on the guy who's trying to catch the ball, and I love that style of play.
Both secondaries making great plays on the football, you know, at least over the last, 2 quarters. A combined 11 of 29 for both quarterbacks. I mean, John Lakeman has had a better day, but his completion percentage is now 55%. He has not made a mistake, though. That's been a big difference in this game. But these secondaries are just flying to the football. From the 26-yard line, man in motion is the fullback Terrell Sutherland. Handoff goes to Adobe. Nothing doing there again. 2nd and 10.
And I don't care that that's a 3 wide receiver set there. That's still power formation. You got 2 backs in the backfield lined up front and center, or an offset. Either case, you still got 2 backs. That's a run formation if I ever saw one.
That's going to be a draw play. Well, that's a little bit of a curveball, and Adobe pushes the pile for a gain of 8.
Finally, a little bit of misdirection there. They've got Honest Adobe in the backfield, and they run a draw play, neither of which is something that are part of their typical scheme. It works for them there.
8 men in the box for Los Angeles, trying to make this 3rd down stop. Man in motion, that's Leon Sandcastle, the tight end. Now making a twin tight end set. They will hand the ball off, and Saren Storm goes in absolutely nowhere. 4th down upcoming, and the Los Angeles defense just keeps giving this offense an opportunity. And I mean, it has to happen at some point where Los Angeles breaks free on offense.
You would think so, and you would hope so. Charleston would beg to differ. At least their fan base is sure is hoping that they beg to differ. It's one of those things where they keep seeing like they have these chances, but they just can't manage. It fizzles out part way through.
Third down efficiency. At one point, Charleston was 3 of 7. Now it's 4 of 11 on third downs. Los Angeles really struggling as well at 2 of 8 so far. Thank you to Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith on the stats again. 3 wide receiver set from the offset single back. As Richardson will throw deep, and the pass is incomplete. Another great defensive play by the safety, as Jack Flash was the intended receiver.
One of those moments where, once again, you watch as the secondary just flows towards the ball. They're able to make a play on the receiver as he's trying to catch the ball, and it's just once again the ball falls to the turf.
Second down and 10 yards to go. Richardson with time, now runs out of time and goes down for a 6-yard loss. That's Forrest Dalton's second sack of the night for the Predator defense.
Let's see how he does this one here. Oh, it's going to be some great, just little bit of a rip move there as he gets pushed off, but he just powers through it, changes direction, plants his foot, turns around, and goes for the ball, lunges, and is able to put a stop to that play before it's able to go any further.
Defensive tackles fan to the outside, attacking the B gap, and there was nothing the guard could do on that one as Richardson now faces 3rd and 16. The pass is deep and it's caught. LZ Pryor for 18 yards and a first down, Los Angeles.
Finally, this has been a nightmare game for Sully Richardson so far. He's had struggles to get completions. He is not under 50, not under 40. He's under 35%. He was under 30% completion before he threw that absolute dart to convert a first down. Let's see if he can get himself in rhythm and get this offense moving.
Now Sully Richardson with more passing yards than John Lakeman, over 100 for Sully. And another single back, offset to the right. Richardson with time. Richardson goes outside. The pass is caught. Jack Flash, first down and more. To the 25-yard line goes the tight end. And a big play back-to-back again for Los Angeles.
Finally, signs of life from this Lycans offense. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. That post route there is something that we saw at the end of the first half. And this time it goes down the field, and it is a absolute missile.
A 38-yard pass from Sully Richardson to Jack Flash. Now Jack Flash with 2 receptions and 51 yards on 6 targets. Richardson will throw. Richardson again with time. The pass to the outside is caught as he checks it down to his receiver. That's number 19, Iniguez. And Richardson looking a little bit better. Now 5 of his last 10 passes have been completions for 84 yards. 6 out of it.
Look at how they've come. Look at how they've come. 3 in a row, then 4 misses, 3 in a row. Come on. Let's see if he can make it 4 in a row.
He will hand the ball off this time to Jalen Wells, though, and Jalen goes for a 2-yard gain into the red zone.
Respectable.
Charleston tries to make a stop and conserve at least a touchdown lead.
I get the play call. Of course, I'm always hyped up because you see that man complete 3 in a row. You think they're going to go to him again, but, defense is watching for it.
Richardson will throw, goes deep, and the pass is picked off by Sam Blotner, and he will return it to the 20-yard line. And the best drive of Los Angeles offense so far in this game results in an interception.
Oh, no. An absolute heartbreaker, and the fans at home aren't happy. Blotner sees that the ball is coming, reads it all the way, and he honestly had some danger. If he was able to get to the outside of that lineman there, he had a lot more yards that he could have gained. And at that point, the only man he's trying to beat is John Lakeman.
That's a brilliant play from Sam Blotner, because that was single high safety on that one. He was the only guy covering deep, and he gets the interception. And this is just a deflating moment here for the Los Angeles Lycans as Charleston will run the football just for a gain of 2 yards.
At this point, with how LA has tried to drive the ball and score and has had drive after drive fizzle out or have to settle for a field goal, punt it away, to have another one go to interception, it turns your stomach.
And off to Honus Adobe, nothing doing there again. As he really, outside of that draw play, he hasn't had any success running the football so far.
He hasn't had a whole lot of action today. It's very true. He hasn't had any targets. The only real times he's touched the ball has been in the kick return game or in the run game.
Lakeman will throw. Lakeman rolls to the right. John Lakeman passes deep, and the pass is well overthrown. About 7 yards past his wide receiver as the Los Angeles pressure was coming. 4th and 8 coming up. And at least, Los Angeles defense, another 3 and out. They keep giving the offense chances. It's kind of reminiscent of the Super Bowl, Alex, where, the offense of the Chiefs couldn't get going, but the defense was still giving chance after chance after chance. Let's see if Los Angeles still has something for the fourth quarter. As this punt goes away from the 38-yard line, bouncing off a defender, that's Iñiguez to the 46.
He magics up some positive yardage out of what I was sure was just going to be yet another hit for maybe a net 2-yard return, if that. But he sees the defense coming. He decides, you know what? No, I'm going for it. Makes one, bounces off a second. It isn't until yet another defender lights him up that he finally goes to the ground.
One of the best possessions, field positions Los Angeles has had all game. From the midfield logo. Offset single back. Richardson, toss play to the right. As Jack will get about 4 on the play to midfield. Likely the last play here of the third quarter. Charleston is holding to a 10-point lead, 13-3. And it looked like the start of the game, Alex. We were going to have some fireworks. First drive of the game went for a touchdown, as we see a great throw to Jack Flash. It looked, the first drive of the game was a touchdown, 7-0, and it was like, man, maybe we were going to see big time points put on the board. Ever since that moment, no touchdowns by either team tonight.
And it's really one of those things where you start to see a little bit of why both of these teams are 0-4 right now, right? They are both have a multitude of areas that they are struggling in. They both have some very obvious flaws that they're working on, and it's showing on both sides of the ball for both teams.
Richardson drops back. Richardson, the pass middle, incomplete, trying to connect with Logan Jack. And that goes to the turf as Jacob Clear makes the pass deflection. 1 second, last play of the third quarter now for real, pending a defensive penalty. But, again, another possession where Los Angeles is inside opposing territory. They have been unable to put the ball in the end zone so far. Richardson will throw again. Richardson passes middle, and the pass is almost picked off to end the third quarter. Mark Martin on the pass deflection, and we will go to the fourth quarter. We'll see you there, folks. Charleston 13, Los Angeles 3. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music right here on YouTube.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
APM Music is on Rival Music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Handoff, no, it's going to be a play action. Richardson will throw. Richardson, the pass is deflected away, incomplete, and a flag on the play. Let's see what that is all about. Well,
Oh,
it just goes from bad to worse here for Los Angeles. An eligible receiver downfield. The penalty will be declined. And it's going to be 4th and 10, and Los Angeles will have to punt the football again.
woof! What a that one. It doesn't feel good already, but that feels terrible. That pass, maybe it hit a lineman, but that one is just a little bit of extra salt in the wound.
This is a beautiful punt, though. Goes from the 10, bounces at the 4, and down right there at the 3-yard line. I mean, the Los Angeles special teams has been really good so far in this game. But it will
Really
take
is.
more than that.
Mm-hmm. They've been the best part of LA's entire squad that's been out there today. They've been playing their hearts out, that's for sure. Not to say the offense defense haven't been trying, but the special teams have been succeeding.
Yeah, special teams and the linebackers have both been absolutely crazy. Oh, what a great hit! Another big-time stick on defense. Only for a 2-yard gain goes Charleston.
And that's an absolute slobber knocker of a hit right there. I love it whenever you can just watch the linebacker or the lineman see, oh yeah, fresh meat, and lays the shoulder in, and the running back just bounces back.
I like the play calling here for Charleston as they will run the football again with Siren Storm for a gain of about 5. I like the play calling here, Alex. I mean, it's one of those things where they recognize what type of game they're in. They recognize the defense is balling out. And so, I mean, they're not asking for John Lakeman to do a whole lot. Again, John Lakeman, only 10 pass attempts. They know, I mean, with the defense and just protecting the football, they have what it takes to win this football game.
And you can trace that back to their first drive. They scored a touchdown the first drive, and so they've had the luxury of just asking less of their passing game and just able to protect a lead here.
This pass, it goes to the turf as Xavier Solomon is unable to come up with it. 4th down and 4 yards to go, and another 3-and-out stop for the Los Angeles defense. Now under 9 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Eric Blueberry will punt the football away. 3rd season with Charleston. This one goes to the 43, and Iñiguez will return it to midfield and actually pass midfield to the Charleston 48. So another chance. It looks like we've seen this like time and time again here in this game, Alex, and the Charleston defense has been just absolutely sensational all night long.
Absolutely. It's one of those moments where you just look at the field, you look at how many times LA has had incredible field position to work with, and how Charleston's defense has stood up time and time again to stop the pass.
Man in motion. From right to left. Now trip set. Bottom of the screen. Handoff goes to Logan Jack, and I mean, I'm telling you, John Stamenko has had his number all night long.
No two ways about it. Charleston's secondary has been a cut above, and they don't look like they are playing. They don't know that they're playing for an 0-4 team. They don't know that this game is that they're against another 0-4 team. They're playing with their heart in their sleeves.
Handoff goes again. And again, not a lot there, maybe 3 yards. We'll bring up a manageable 3rd and 5. But again, I mean, this is an offense that has really struggled on 3rd down.
It's manageable on paper, but with how they've been playing.
Yeah, 3 of 12 so far on 3rd down. Richardson will pass 4 of 13 this time as Iñiguez gets it to the 31-yard line. And a 1st down, Los Angeles.
Finally hits that out route where you see it's the receiver, go a few yards down, you turn left. I feel like I've seen him overthrow that receiver or just put it too far in front. Doesn't put it too far in front that time, puts it right in the breadbasket. Receiver's able to catch it in stride and secure it.
1st down, 10 yards to go. Empty set for Richardson. As he changes the play at the line of scrimmage, calls an audible. And Richardson will throw. Richardson with time. Passes to the outside, and the pass is incomplete. Elsie Pryor was wide open. Richardson put a good ball, but the wide receiver unable to come up with it.
And you don't want to see those kinds of drops, but especially not when you're down by this much and Sully's been having this bad of a day under center. You really need your receivers to make those kinds of catches there and to generate positive yardage. There's no other way to say it. You got to make that catch.
Yeah, wide receivers really not helping the quarterback on a few of these plays. Jack Flash will go in motion from left to right as Jack Brown will shade him. From the 30-yard line, Richardson to throw. Richardson deep drop back, and he goes down. That's a massive sack, and you cannot take that sack.
No, you can't. Now you go from, hey, maybe we can make a field goal from here as long as we don't turn the ball over and we don't have a massive negative play. Well, guess what? You got a busted job at the line of scrimmage with the Charleston front four absolutely screaming into the back line there to take down Sully. Now this is 3rd and 19. You have to have a big play just to get a field goal.
You'll at least need to get about half of it. Richardson will throw. Richardson passes deep, and the pass is incomplete. In double coverage again. 4th and 19 upcoming.
And that's not what you want to see, but that's what we've seen from Sully Richardson a lot today. He sees that there's some coverage down the field. He looks for some of his reliable targets, but just look at LZ Pryor, 3 receptions on 9 targets. Chris Lee, 3 receptions on 6 targets. Jack Flash, 3 receptions on 7 targets. How many times are you going to throw it into double coverage and watch as your receiver gets hit as he's trying to catch the ball before you think, maybe I go somewhere else?
Definitely. 3 sacks for this Charleston defense, all 3 by different players. And, I mean, it's just been a masterclass here from Charleston. And big shout-outs go to J.W. Hartshorn, the head coach, on that one. I mean, the offense hasn't been that great, but, you know, they've done enough at the end of the day with a 10-point lead, and they try to milk the clock now with a 2-yard gain on this one.
And honestly, I feel like they did enough by scoring on the first drive. That's all they needed to do. The defense has done the rest. Beyond that, the defense for Charleston has also managed some critical interceptions that have essentially made sure that this game never really got much closer, despite the fact that it's such a low overall score. That over-under is pretty far out of reach now.
Yeah, if you're an over-better, you're absolutely screaming at your TV right now, because chances are that's not going to happen. I mean, we need still, 27 points to get to the over? I mean, or 29 points. We need like 5 touchdowns, so that's definitely not going to happen.
Not in this little time to play. Not with how both offenses have been performing overall. And I got to say, watching 2 0-4 teams play each other, this kind of illuminates where the strengths of both teams lie. And you're looking on both sides here. Both defensive coordinators have to be pretty happy.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this game was projected at Los Angeles -3.5 as Adobe gets about 3 on the play. You know, it was projected at -3.5 for Los Angeles. Well, Charleston has not even allowed Los Angeles to get to 3 points. To 4 points. I mean, it's just 3 points for Los Angeles, and they have talent. I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, even the play calling is not necessarily bad. It's just Charleston has had the upper hand on defense. 3rd down and 3 for Charleston as the pressure is coming and the pass is picked off. Los Angeles will return it to the 34-yard line, and this is exactly what Charleston could not allow to happen. I mean, again, as we were saying about 2 drives ago, Charleston was really understanding how the game was going. Lakeman was not making any mistakes, and he just didn't see the defensive back.
And there's your first mistake by John Lakeman, and it's one that is really gonna make a Charleston fan start to sweat a little bit. Yes, you're up by 10, but this is such a short field; they can score so fast.
Empty set. Maybe Sully Richardson will try to go to the end zone quickly, and capitalize on this opportunity. He will go short, and the pass is almost picked off by Jack Brown. I mean, you look at these two quarterbacks, man, and I mean, 16 of 45 passing. It's just unheard of in today's SFL.
It's really been something to watch and ask yourself a few questions about what you can do and what you can learn from this kind of situation. John Lakeman started off 3 of 3, then he was 4 of 5, now he's 5 and 12.
Yes.
Sully Richardson's 11 for 33.
And he will try again. Richardson, deep drop back, the pass middle, and the pass is overthrown, and actually for the better, because the safety could have had an interception. That was Jacob Clear, even closer than the wide receiver. 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
And now you're
on 3rd and 10. Go ahead. Sorry.
And now look at where we're at looks like we're at about the 34. You still need positive yards to make this a not so long of a field goal. This is still outside of scoring range, question mark.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, get half of this, just get to the 30, and you have a chance to kick a field goal and still be just down 1 score with over 4 minutes left. Richardson will throw. Richardson with time all day. Pump fakes. Richardson will go deep, and the pass is caught. LZ Pryor, 1st and goal.
Holy moly, signs of life by the LA offense once again. 1st and goal and extremely short. All they've got to do is avoid a turnover here, and they can get some points to make this a 1-score game.
They have to protect the football here on, inside the 5-yard line, running the football, even though you're still kind of against the clock and everything, running the ball here will not be the worst thing.
Not at all. Especially when you think back to just how that drive started out. Incompletion, 3rd and long. That felt like a lucky catch. 29 yards.
Jack Clash will go in motion from right to left as Jack Brown follows. Excuse me, that's Corey Menor follows. The handoff goes to Jalen Wells, and he will be shy of the... Actually, Logan Jack, he will be shy of the end zone. Tackle at about the 1/3 yard line. I would say just do it again.
Right? Or just QB sneak. Don't get fancy. Just try power running.
Richardson again, man in motion. That's flash. Maybe they will try with the same play. The A-gap looks pretty open, just running up the middle. He will go to the outside, and he will get in. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
That's finally enough. They see the end zone for the first time. Is it too little too late? Maybe, but there's still a chance to take the lead again in this game. They weren't going to get it if they didn't get a big score here, and they've got it. Brennan Brennenstahl, the rookie, decided, you know what? It's really this needs to stop. We've got to bring it closer.
The ever so important extra point to make it a 3-point game by Sastel Black is up, and it is good right through the middle. 13-10. Charleston now leads over Los Angeles, but with 3:42 left, and Charleston unable to put any points over the last handful of drives to put the offense back on the field.
Mm-hmm. It's something to really kind of behold. That Charleston's offense and their first quarter offense, they got almost half of their rushing yards for this entire game so far came in their first quarter. They got 72 of their 92 passing yards so far this game, also in the first quarter. Since the first quarter, they've gone ice cold on offense.
Over the last few drives for Charleston, interception, punt, 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 punt. No points here in the second half. And with a split back set, they will hand the ball off. With some room, goes Saren Storm. That's a good start, 8 yards.
What they wanted to see for sure on the first play of the drive, especially with how these drives have been starting. It seems like they've been running it up the middle a lot, and they've been getting a yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, if that.
Same formation with the split backs and same play call as Hoagland will get the handoff for a gain of 6 and a first down for Charleston.
And this is what they want to do. They want to bleed the clock, and you do that by running the football. What's even better is that they're actually moving the football on this drive so far.
Charleston's offense, 216 total yards. Los Angeles, 235. And we have a 3-point game. Handoff again and again. Siren Storm with some space gets 5.
And Charleston saying, what's that? Signs of life? I'm going to try and snuff this out right now. They are beginning to march. I feel like if I'm LA on defense here, I'm putting 8 in the box again because that's what was stuffing the run earlier. Go back to it.
Well, that's exactly what they will do as they put 8 guys in the box. Let's see if they can make a stop. Handoff, and yes, they make the stop right there, right at the line of scrimmage. Tassie Blackwell with another tackle. That is Tassie Blackwell's 5th solo tackle. She also has 7 assisted tackles and 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass deflection. Definitely one of the stars of the game for Los Angeles so far.
Flying around the field, just like you want an inside linebacker to be doing. Also, that pass deflection, she's no slouch in either side in either the run or dropping back in coverage.
2-minute warning. Charleston 13, Los Angeles 10. And after a few quarters of defenses dominating, we have some life here for Los Angeles. They do need a stop right here.
Yeah, if they don't get the stop right here, they have to start burning timeouts, and that's not what you want to be doing whenever you're giving up a first down.
4 of 14 on 3rd down. Odobi gets the handoff, and that had no chance. Actually, that was, I think it was 3rd down. Yeah, and Honos Odobi is down, and I'm not surprised. That was an absolute shot that he took. This is a huge injury because the clock stops.
It does, and that's something that LA didn't have to burn a timeout for. They now have 3 timeouts and a minute 58 left on the clock to try and at least tie this game up, if not score. With Onus down, that really is something that also hurts Charleston's chances in the passing game. The credit to Monty Wyatt coming down the free safety, screaming down to lay the hit.
Charleston Predators 0 for 6 on 3rd down here in the second half. And Los Angeles will have a chance from the 20-yard line with 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. And I'm going to tell you what, just straight up, this game was a defensive game. If you like defense, you're liking this game. But honestly, I mean, it was a game with a lot of mistakes. It was a pretty, dull moment for stretches of time.
Definitely.
And all of a sudden, it just comes down to one last drive, and things got pretty exciting.
Both teams are finally waking up. Sully Richardson really feeling the moment. Will he rise to shine under the lights?
Richardson will throw. Richardson with time. Richardson moves in the pocket, throws deep, and the pass is caught wide open. It's Jack Flash for a first down.
Looking to redeem himself after an absolute struggle all game. Sully Richardson is saying, you know what? No, I don't have a memory of beyond the last 5 seconds. I'm going to throw these deep ball with confidence. He's going to be down there, and Jack Flash is going to make that catch, and Jack does there.
23-yard reception. Now Logan Jack with the handoff. Stamango is right there, but Logan Jack does get 5 yards. 1:14 left here in the 4th quarter and counting. Now, Los Angeles has 3 timeouts. 69 seconds left here in regulation.
I'd want to use one here at least soon. I don't like how much clock they're letting tick off here. They're not on the other side of the end zone.
Yep. 57 seconds. They were wasting quite a bit of time. They're going to run the football now, finding some space and going to the first down marker is the halfback. And no rush here for Los Angeles. They're bleeding this clock.
Again, I don't like it.
Yeah. You don't see no huddle offense. It's a little bit of a hurry up, but it's no huddle.
It's a hurry up and wait offense.
Yeah. It's kind of a little bit of a faster huddle, but
what?
Yeah, Logan Jack will get the handoff and finally they'll call a timeout. I mean, it's they bled about 40 seconds just for no reason.
And this time, and with how they've done the play calling thus far, and how they've decided to manage the clock and manage the field, they've gone from having a lot of field but a lot of clock to having more field than they want to cover to score here, with only a little clock and only 2 timeouts.
3 wide receiver set. Richardson will throw. Richardson goes deep, and the pass is picked off. Charleston will return it, and Charleston will win this ball game.
That's going to put the nail in the coffin there for sure. Sully looking to try and throw down the field again into double coverage, saying, I've got a short memory. Well, sometimes that's going to bite you. And it does again right there. That's his 3rd interception on the day and an absolute backbreaker.
Absolutely gutting right there for the Los Angeles Lycans, as they will fall to 0-5 on this season. Charleston will get their first win of the year, as we're going to see a couple of, well, about 3 kneel downs, counting the timeouts. But in the waning moments of this game, who's your player of the game?
Honestly, I think that this player of the game for me, it has to go to, I'm going to give it to Sam Blotner there for the clutch interception there in the closing moments, because it's one of those things where LA is threatening to score. LA's threatening to try and win the game with how both teams have been playing back and forth. If LA scores a touchdown there, I think they win that game. This game, no questions asked. But after that performance and just the overall job by the coverage team for Charleston the entire game, that's really where my credit goes to the most, because LA had over 20 incompletions today. I think it's 24 incompletions to only 13 that the receivers actually brought in. That's a great job by a secondary unit.
Yeah, the player of the game definitely has to go to a defensive player. I'll go with John Stamengo, the strong safety. Tied the team with tackles solo with 6. Had a pass deflection and really was sensational against Logan Jack in the run game, especially. And, for John Lakeman and this offense, they win the game with only 9 first downs, and John Lakeman throwing for 5 pass completions and under 100 yards. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible what this defense of the Charleston Predators did.
Both sides, really. You kind of stare at the stats, and you wonder what offense got anything going, and you quickly realize neither offense got much of anything going except for Charleston's very first drive. And then LA finally woke up there with a few minutes left. You think they're going to maybe tie, maybe come back and win this thing, but Charleston just says, nope, we're going to snuff this out. We're going to protect the lead that we've had this whole game, and it's an impressive showing by the defense at least. 2-0-4 teams, well, not anymore.
Not anymore. As the great Matt Wilson would say, 1-0 had to go, and that was Charleston Predators now going to 1-4. For Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith on the stats truck, Cameron Irvine, our commissioner and producer, and Alex West, this was Ramos Lynn. Thank you very much for watching more Week 6 action of the SFL. Have a great night, everybody.